right, what's going on, folks? So we are in North Texas doing something a little bit different. We are actually recording a podcast from hunting camp. It is November 1st, which means that rifle season, or I guess general season, just opened for white-tailed deer in Texas. It's nice and cool outside. Weather looks great, and I'm sitting here with Daniel and Kyle. So welcome, guys. What are your thoughts kind of going into this trip?
Well, I really want to go home with some meat. That's my goal.
Yeah, I second that for sure.
So if it's brown, it's down strategy, or what are your...
If it's legal in brown, it's down.
So on this hunt, it's primarily a buck hunt. It's a managed ranch, so they only have so many buck tags, but then they kind of have a deal where you can kind of throw in a little extra and you get a doe tag as well. So did we all do that? I did.
I definitely did that.
I meant to. I need to just give him my $50 tomorrow because I just didn't. I was talking to him about it, and I was a little bit confused because he's just like, this is for your first deer. So he's like, you can shoot a legal buck or a doe.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. The first
so
one
he's like, you can shoot whatever you want. He's
Yeah.
like, you can just give me the other money later. So he like pushed me into not paying him now.
So you left it open.
I thought it was weird.
That's a bad sales strategy.
Exactly.
Great.
So I thought it was weird. So I was like, okay, I'll just pay you tomorrow if I get a buck in the morning.
It just means you can't shoot two tomorrow morning. That's
Yeah.
You
all
can't
that
do what you
means.
did earlier where you
I
shot
know.
one and another.
I know, and actually, that wasn't the only time I've ever done it. I've done it twice.
Yeah. You're freaking double or nothing.
Yeah.
You should go give him $50
I
right
should
now.
just go in there and see if he's still in there.
Yeah.
Guys, just leave it tagged on his door
Yeah.
at his cabin down the road.
Yep.
Because I might as well. Because I want to go home with meat.
Yeah.
Like that is, if it is a mature doe or a mature buck that's legal, it's going to get shot at.
Well, and that's what I love about hunting opening weekends up here. We were talking about this a little bit in the car on the way up, that this place is kind of a sanctuary the rest of the year. I mean, they have a lot of people in here camping, but nobody's hunting the deer or chasing them around or anything. So tomorrow morning, we're getting first crack at it. So that's kind of why I wanted the doe tag. Because, yeah, we've got license tags that we can hunt elsewhere. We've all have different places to hunt. But out here, it's just a cool opportunity because you're going to see deer that have totally been unpressured. So if I see a doe at first light...
She's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to get out and tromp around. I'm just going to sit and watch that thing, and hopefully a buck comes in right behind her.
Yeah. Exactly. Hopefully the guy up on the hill shoots a doe too and
pushes
a
down
buck down to you. Yeah.
That's another thing about this spot too. So there's more people here than there were last year.
There's a lot more people here.
So I don't know if it's getting popular or it's just...
It didn't fill up, or did they just have a lower number, do you think?
I don't know. But there's definitely more people.
So there's more crowded.
There's 15 hunters out here. It's a big property.
Right.
It's probably
18.
18.
Today there's 18.
Okay, wow.
19 spots, 18 hunters.
Wow.
So,
dang.
Yeah.
Then how did you end up in spot number 22?
Because some of them were closed down, I think, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Like spot 7 was closed down.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. The only one left was like 6 or whatever that one was.
Okay.
8 or
and
6
that's just used to be a stand,
Yeah.
and they didn't put a stand back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was between those two, 22 or what was it?
20,
6?
22, and 6 or something
Yeah.
like that.
That's all we had to choose from.
Because you went in there and snaked number 4.
Yeah, I was pretty sneaky about it.
All of a sudden, I see a guy coming out with a sticky.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah. You didn't have to be very sneaky because that was not the one that I was like, ooh, I want to go up there.
I was going to be sneaky just in case.
It was like the only spot that I had
definitely
really
pegged
been
a 9-point out of that one last year.
Yeah. So
actually, there's lots of good spots out here, and that's what's cool about this terrain. So it's just kind of grasslands with scattered post oaks, and then just kind of rocky shorelines everywhere. So it's not like there's one area that's good or one corridor that they all have to walk through. It's kind of the same terrain all over. So it's one of the most neutral places I've ever hunted.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are spots that are better than others, but I think it's all pretty good out here. But one of the reasons I was looking at that spot is I brought my bow and my rifle. I don't know if I'm going to bow hunt. I'm feeling iffy about it. I mean, I shot 2 doe earlier this year, but I think for our limited time, I kind of want to just let the 270 play.
Yeah.
But it's one of the few spots that I could potentially do both. So I'll either have a rifle sighted in for 100 yards and take a 30-yard shot, or if I bring my bow, I'll probably see one hanging out at 80.
Yep, exactly. Just bring both.
Yeah, bring both.
Yeah, I'll lug the bow
We'll
and
lug
the
both of
gun
them out there, yep.
and the camera.
Sit one right beside you.
And have them all, set up just right.
Stacked up so you can grab and go.
Oh, you know what I
Everything hanging on
forgot?
your left.
Dude, I forgot my rattling horns.
Oh, man. You know who brought 2 pairs or 2 sets?
Really?
This guy.
Really?
Yes, I did.
What a nice guy. Hey, did you bring socks, by the way?
So,
It's a little rough, guys.
Well, I would say the rattling horns are you're worse off than the socks at a place like this, but you'll be all right without socks.
I'm just gonna be like standing out in the field in my underwear, like, well, I got a bow and a gun.
I brought my rifle and I brought ammo.
I'm good.
I had to look over. I was like, I did bring ammo, right?
Wait,
Do you remember
is
that
there ammo?
Last year, yeah.
Well,
Did you have to run into town and buy some?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I had ammo, but that's kind of when I was in the middle of that ammo testing phase on that other podcast that I recorded.
So
I had ammo that I'm like, but that's not exactly
the
what I'm
one.
sighting in for.
Yeah.
So I went back into town.
Yeah.
Did you kill the coyote with the old ammo or the new ammo last year?
No.
Right, because we went and got it. We went in for the afternoon hunt, and within 10 minutes, you shot the coyote.
I was like,
right?
told you, sucker. That was a really little coyote, too.
Yeah. Oh, it's tiny.
At first, I was like, is that thing really far away? Or no, I think so. I think it
Well,
was just
and
like
you-
a
So was
first
that
year.
after you shot your deer? Did you
No,
shot-
it was before.
It was
Really?
It was Saturday afternoon. And
Saturday-
Did you start at 20 last year? And then you moved up to
At
the other
20?
one?
No, you were in 20
Yes.
all day Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Sunday you went
I saw
And then the next day
in the
you went to
morning.
that one.
I saw a deer like back in the woods, just for a second. I couldn't really tell what it was, and then I came in for lunch and went back out there. No, that's when we went and got the ammo and all that stuff. And then as soon as I got in the blind, I saw a coyote.
Yeah, and you shot it.
And you told me that, and then you came and picked me up when your dad shot his deer.
Yeah,
And I was throwing all my stuff in the truck, and I look in the back, and there's a coyote sitting back there, and I totally forgot. I scared the hell out of me. Like, whoa, what's that doing back there?
well, guess where I learned that trick.
May have done it with a bobcat once.
Yeah, he like tried to prank me. He was like, because I think of what I loaned you, like a hat or ammo or
It was
something.
ammo. Yeah, it was ammo.
And then you're like, yeah, just reach back to the
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah. Hey, those turkey rounds, those are in the bed of my truck. Go grab those. And he's like, oh yeah, okay. Oh no.
This bobcat just dropped up there
They
staring
had
at
it
me.
like sitting there like it was. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
did what we could.
Yeah, well, I shot that coyote with the 270, and it about turned inside out.
Yeah, I
It
bet.
was-
Took
it
that
was-
thing down
yeah,
pretty good. That thing,
It didn't feel anything, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Well, and then when my dad shot that one, I was super excited for him, but I was also a little bit nervous too, because I was like, what'd you shoot? He's like, this is a good buck.
How'd you shoot? I kind of hip
He
shot
was
it.
like, he just ran by and just threw up my gun. I don't even know if I looked through my scope. I just kind of shot him and he ran by. And I was just like, oh no. And then, sure enough,
It was
we found him.
It was a good buck.
Well, do you remember how we found it too?
Yeah, with the coyote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I tell you this?
Oh yeah. You
So we
told
were
me.
shining
Yeah.
we couldn't find any blood right where he thought he hit it, and we were just from the story we were just a little unclear. So probably we were just looking in the wrong spot, but we couldn't
It
find
was
any
pretty
blood.
dark out at that time.
Yeah. And then we shined up the light and we saw a coyote just standing there. We saw the eyes glowing back at us. And so we're like, why is a coyote just hanging around? And then we walked over to where it had been and we're like, oh, there's blood here. And we followed the blood right up to the
Yeah.
deer.
Yep.
There it was.
So it worked perfect.
He had a tracking dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
A wild tracking dog.
That's true.
Well trained. It's been trained its whole life.
Yep.
It's like the Jack London version of deer camp.
Follow the coyotes.
Well, so out here, as I mentioned, the coyotes are fair game, as are hogs. So if you see one of those, are you gonna? That's always kind of a controversial thing. Do you make a bunch of noise?
If
and
I kill a
blast the
deer
sucker?
first, absolutely.
Okay,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
deer first.
Yes. Coyote is not my first
No.
animal. Hog is not my first animal.
Yeah,
I will
It
watch
sounds-
them. I'll take pictures and try to get video. And
I'll put my scope on him just for
oh
fun.
yeah, I'll definitely sight it in
Yeah.
and be like, like get the whole breath and
Yeah.
practice. But I'm not taking a shot at that thing.
yeah.
No.
Sounds like we're more likely to see coyotes than hogs. Last year they had a bunch of hogs, but it's been a dry, hot summer. So the guy here was telling us that they kind of have moved out of the area a little bit. So that's fine with me.
Yep. How about you? Are you going to wait for a deer, or are you going to just
You didn't
go
wait
after?
last year.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't wait last year. But I was sitting there, it was right when I got in the stand, and I'm like, I got nothing to lose. Let it fly. If I'm bow hunting, I'm for sure going to take the shot.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I'm quiet.
Yeah. If it's in range with a bow,
I'm for sure going to take it. But I think where I am, I don't think I'm going to see either. I mean, maybe a coyote run by, but I don't think there will be a hog up there.
Gotcha.
I didn't see either last year.
Yeah. I also shot a fox up here, and they were a little sour about that. Do you remember that?
That wasn't last year that you shot.
No, it was 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I shot a gray fox.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought it was cool. And so I was
It
like,
is cool. But
I mean, it's just
you shoot it with a 270?
Yeah.
You thought that coyote was inside out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anything? Well, you had the tail left, right?
Well, I was trying to come up with something to do with the fur, but the shape was just kind of bizarre.
It got mangled a little bit.
Yeah.
You have the tail. That's my question.
Yeah, I think I had the tail.
Okay.
I think it's still like in a Ziploc bag way down in the bottom of my freezer.
No.
But I shot another one. I shot another one this year. Actually,
Yeah,
this
I remember.
one,
Yeah.
that one I felt, I don't know, pretty cool. Like I just brought my 22 just in case I saw a rabbit or whatever. And then when I got out there, I'm like, yeah, it's like 95 degrees. I'm probably not going to shoot and kill a rabbit right now. But then as I was driving out, I saw a fox at about 100 yards, and I'm sighted in for 50 with my 22. And then when I stopped, he kept running a little bit. And then I whistled, and he looked back up at me, and I put it right over the top of his head, right in the neck.
That's
so
awesome.
I was just like, maybe I totally got lucky.
Nice.
Yeah, probably. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of luck, a lot of bit of skill.
Yeah. But it was just a 22. And so it was like, well, that's all you need.
Yeah. It's definitely not all luck when you consider the amount of rounds you've thrown down the range.
Yeah. I shoot a decent amount.
To the average person.
Yeah.
Who's like, yeah, I shot 5 this year in the range to make sure that my scope didn't fall off, you know?
Yeah.
Or the real average hunter who's like, yeah, I sighted in when I bought it 12 years ago. That's my dad.
I think I just have a weird...
I was like, when was the last time you actually shot at a target to make sure it was, zeroed in? And he's like, I don't remember.
I killed a deer, though.
Yeah. He's like, I killed that deer. No, the next question, this is Michigan. How many shots did it take you? 4?
And that's the running joke up there, because it's the first time I hunted, and every time you hear one shot, they're like, oh, must have been a muzzleloader.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Because normal, it's like, boom, 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 boom. It's like, don't get off my property. Stay here. Because if that deer runs off your property, even if it runs to the neighbor's place and dies, it's like somebody else is going to be like, just shoot it into the air and be like, oh yeah, I shot that one. That's fine.
Because I was like, Kyle, there's a bunch of duck hunters down by the river. Like,
I was like, nope. Those are Michigan deer hunters. Yep.
That's just how we
How
do
many
it.
rounds can you put in the shotgun?
And I think Texas tends to be almost like, well, I'm going to shoot it one time. I'm going to use a 300 Win Mag for that 60-pound doe. But that's more the stigma down here, I would say.
You use a big stick to knock down the...
Or like
He's not going to move once I hit him.
Exactly.
Hunting in Mississippi, there were multiple people who would show up to that deer camp with a 45-70. Just because it's like, well, even if it's not the best shot, sucker's going down.
It'll blow the backside out of it. But,
he's not walking back after
and
this.
they weren't wrong.
I would like to bring the 375 out one time, just to,
It'll probably, honestly, not be any different than a 270, because it'll probably just go clean through.
That's what my father-in-law used for little gazelles and stuff. So I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so thoughts about, I didn't really get a chance to really talk to anybody else in camp, or some of the guys I've recognized before, but...
We got here a little late today.
Yeah, apparently.
Somebody got out of work a little late today.
Yeah, I always do that.
Yep. But Friday afternoon, just whatever time you were going to say you're going to get out of work, just add an hour and a half to it.
Yeah.
It's just standard.
It's just like, no matter what, this stuff blows up Friday afternoon.
What you should do is you should be like, all right, everybody, I'm leaving here at 2 today. Then you can get out at 3:30 when you want to.
I think my strategy needs to be
half day.
I just carry a grunt tube around, and anytime somebody's like, "Hey, we need you to do this," I just go.
You should.
And do like, "Oh, yeah, you're a little weird. We're not gonna."
No, I don't want you to do that project. Never mind. Bad idea. Like that's what I thought. I'm leaving it too.
So prediction for this weekend for our crew, and then for everybody here. How many whitetail are hitting the dirt?
So there's 18 hunters, and they only have 15 buck tags, right?
Yeah.
So, but he said the most ever
He's
was
betting
9.
against us,
Yes,
generally.
Well, and after that video, he's definitely telling us not to shoot any bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed this video that's like this Mexican guy on this high fence ranch narrating it, and he's like, "Oh, I should pass this one. He's only a 160."
Yeah, exactly.
We'll let him go more for 3 more years or so.
Yes.
5.5-year-old deer is a middle-aged.
Middle-aged deer. And this was right after he showed us a picture of a deer that was on this property, who he's like, yeah, that one's 7.5. It's dead.
He didn't make
because
it to the winter.
He's too old.
Yeah.
And then he showed us a video that said, yeah, 5.5, middle-aged.
Yeah.
Like, nope.
Think about taking that shot, but probably don't.
So I think
Yeah.
there was some intimidation there for sure.
Yes.
But so he is betting against the general populace, but $9 were taken last year for the whole group with slightly fewer hunters.
Yeah.
But
There's probably 16 hunters.
yeah. Conditions were really good last year too,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
But I think conditions are going to be very good tomorrow. So what do you think?
Predictions, I think we'll beat the $9. I think we'll do $10 total. You're talking about the whole camp.
Yeah, whole camp.
$10, and it's 2-to-1 ratio. He said on the does. Right now is how many are out there.
I think that's
They
just
said
a
tags.
good Texas Parks estimate.
Okay.
That's what his tags
He has
are.
like 30 doe tags.
But
That's
I
what he
think that's based on that's a realistic
I think
baseline.
probably
I think.
15 or so. 10 maybe, 10 or 15 doe. So 20, 25
Really?
total. Hey,
said. No way.
I'm being optimistic here.
You are very.
Yeah,
I would say $7 and 7 doe.
Yeah, you're probably right.
14 total. Because I know there's guys out here who won't even shoot a doe. Like they're
Yeah.
buck hunting. They're here to buck hunt.
yeah,
And they will sit every sit to look for bucks.
yeah,
And they'll watch
Yeah, that's
those
a good
walk right
call.
by.
yeah. Well, then I'll go low then. If
Okay.
so, $6, 5 does.
Okay. Winner gets a
No, that's too low.
winner gets
That's
a
too low.
dollar.
$6, 8 does.
Now you're at the same amount of deer as me. You just said total deer. It's 14.
Okay, total deer then.
Well, I know, but you want to do both. But now we're at
6
the
and
same
7.
total.
6 and 7.
Okay. So you get one less.
So it's like the opposite of
13.
Price is Right.
14. How
And
much you
20.
say?
I'm going to say 20.
20. Okay. Did you say 25 first?
I did. I evaluated that.
Go ahead.
We're recording this, you know.
That's all right. We'll edit that part. Just wait till you guys go to bed. I'm going back in there.
Yeah, right.
I don't know though.
I'll
Like,
walk out, go to the bathroom. Is that the part? No, that's not the part. Rewind a little bit farther.
Go back a little bit further.
Delete.
well, I mean, if they're moving, people could do really well tomorrow based on the conditions.
Well, we're going to get 6 right here on this couch.
There we go.
Oh,
So-
yeah. I'm good with that.
We got half
That'd
of
be
your
great.
lot already.
Yeah. I would be
I just think
ecstatic about
the
that.
number of people who got both the buck tag and doe tag, I think, is minimal.
You think so?
Yeah, I
It's
think.
$50.
But I
I think everyone on this couch did it, right?
yeah.
I know I'm an idiot. I will have an opportunity to probably shoot 2 deer in the morning after I didn't.
You're just gonna have a doe like show up and be like licking your boots.
Yeah. And I'll shoot the doe, and then
And
a
then
buck
the
will
buck
come
will come
run out behind it. That'll be my problem. Is I'll be like, oh, nice. Oh, that's a big, healthy doe. Boom. And then 2 seconds later, dang it. Just bumped up a buck that's sitting right in the
Yeah, but it was
brush.
probably only a 5.5-year-old buck. So.
It's true. So I'm guessing it wasn't an 8-year-old. So probably shouldn't have shot it anyway.
You should have passed anyway.
Yeah. Like, man, I'm glad I shot that doe because that buck was just not quite of age. It would have turned into a 190, but it's only a 150 right now. Let's give it 8 more years.
Another cool thing about this place is, so it's a camp that runs all the time. So we're in a cabin, so we're not having to set up a tent in the dark, which seems like what we're normally doing.
Yep, that's the standard.
We're always setting up a tent in the dark, and then we're trying to get out fast at the last end, but we're still cleaning up hot.
Yes. And the other thing is, it's either really hot or really cold. The last
that's
5
true.
times we've gone out.
Yeah.
I guess turkey season's usually pretty good.
Except the mosquitoes.
Well, no, it's the storms that'll kill us in turkey season. 'Cause it's middle of spring. But the weather's a lot nicer then. But you go out for dove and you are sweating your...
Just like the way you describe it, you're like, well, the weather's a lot nicer except the tornadoes.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yep. The hail and the tornadoes kind of a little damper.
A little damper on it.
But the temperature's good.
Yeah.
But it's either like September 1st or it's like January 1st.
Yeah.
And it's like 100 degrees or 5 degrees. Yeah. That was the last 2 years that we've gone and camped and
pretty much
hunted. So
we're in nice, cozy cabins here. The food here's good. The barbecue was pretty good tonight.
All right.
I don't know.
pretty good.
I thought I remembered it being a little better last year. I don't know. Maybe.
They had the big steaks last year.
So they'll probably do that tomorrow night.
Oh,
I
okay.
bet.
Okay.
It was
edible.
edible tonight. It's good.
Yeah.
You know, nothing special.
Because last year they did the steaks the first night.
Yeah.
Because I remember we came in and threw them on the grill, and so hopefully they didn't get rid of that, because that seems kind of like a favorite activity. It's like freaking brontosaurus steaks.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
The good thing this year is they got rid of the cows on the property.
Yes.
So that'll be good.
Yes.
We'll
Yeah.
mistakenly take one of
Did
those
you
down.
Were you fighting against those last year?
Oh, yeah, they're all over the place.
Well, guess we're having really big steaks today.
Exactly.
That's what made me think of it.
Real big.
Wonder what happened to all those cows.
Yep, exactly.
Did you run into cows at all last
Oh, yeah.
year? Oh,
Yeah, on Sunday when I went to your dad's blind,
yeah.
there's cows everywhere.
When you got in, right?
Yeah, the whole time there's cows everywhere.
Were they just on the corn?
No, they were kind of there, but they were in the trees and they would come in and go out and come in and go out.
Yeah. Did you try running them off or anything?
I tried to shoot at one of them, but I tried a little bit. Yeah, they didn't really listen.
As long as there's corn there,
Yeah,
they're
oh.
like,
I was wondering, can we hunt Sunday night? Evening hunt Sunday?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
So a lot of people roll out after the morning hunt Sunday, but
Midday.
people who have already tagged will probably roll out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm an hour from home, so
yeah,
I'm hunting Sunday night.
Yeah.
If I didn't already get 2 deer, I will be hunting Sunday night.
that's my plan as well. So,
Yeah. So
and I think
I
conditions
was just
will be good all
wondering.
weekend.
I thought that's what you said, but I couldn't remember.
No,
But,
there's just no dinner Sunday night,
oh, gotcha.
so it's.
No worries.
I think I got 2 MREs stashed in my truck somewhere.
I'll have venison. It's okay.
We'll fight over a hoo-ah bar.
Or can I stay out Sunday night and go for hogs and coyotes if I do have 2 deer?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could even kind of go to the same blind if we. Well,
Yeah,
never
we
mind.
could-
I'm not even gonna say this. This is way too much. It's like
I love how you're thinking. You're already thinking, hey, I got 2 deer in
if
the bag.
We both
You
have
got
2 deer
I
in the
got
bag.
2.
Yeah,
We're
it's
all
like,
in.
hey, you want to go sit down and look for some hogs? Okay. Everybody else left. Let's go sit down at that one spot that's closest to the water.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you have to have that optimism just
got
to enjoy hunting.
Yeah.
Like because anybody who, instead of going to the grocery store, you go out in the woods and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna get my meat here. You got to be optimistic.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's half the fun of it.
But optimism and realism have to have a balance.
Yeah.
So it's the I'm gonna go get 2 deer, but it's I'm also gonna enjoy being outside even when I don't see
That's
deer.
true.
Yeah.
It's I have to have both sides of that. Be not angry when I'm there's no deer in front of me. What's going on?
Yeah.
This stinks, you know?
Yeah.
There's no deer left in Texas. They all went away.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think I figured out the test for Texas hunting where optimism and realism meet. You always show up with a cooler,
Yes.
but is there ice in it?
Well, when it's 32 degrees out in the morning, there is not ice in my cooler.
Because I've definitely been on hunts where I'm like, I actually got something. I got to go get ice
gotta go
fast.
yes.
And then I've been on hunts where I'm like, oh, it's going down. Today's going to be a good day. Fill that sucker up.
Yep.
And I get home draining water.
Well, at least my beers stay cool.
Well, I'm having fun already. I think this is good, and I'm excited to be in camp with you guys, and I think this will be a really fun weekend. So, kind of, any other thoughts? Anything else specifically you're looking forward to?
Just waking up and getting out in a stand where I can see 150 yards. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be fun.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, folks, thank you for tuning in. This was just the first day of our November deer camp. Hopefully we will be doing one of these little mini episodes every day of camp, just kind of reporting how things are going, whether or not we're having steaks for dinner, whether or not we're killing deer, and just what's happening. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, stay safe, be free, and never stop seeking adventure.
Never.